Hi my friend, it's Pat Sloan here for Wednesday, which is Block Wednesday. Our home is sew along. Yes, home is. So we're on block 5, and the title's a little bit different than what I show on the calendar. The calendar title says take a yard, and yard does have something to do with it, but the name of the block is how tall are you? Do you remember when we were kids? At least maybe your family did it, my family did it, on the edge of something. You would stand and your mom or your dad would measure how tall you are and then make a little tick mark on the edge of the, the wall or the edge of the door jamb. And then as you grew, if you had brothers and sisters, they would get their marks and you put the dates and your name, and it could get quite elaborate. Maybe you did it at your grandparents' house. Or just like wouldn't your grandmother go like, how big you've gotten? Then you gotta measure, you gotta stand up to her, see how tall. You're taller than your grandma yet. I think the boys like to do that one. So our block, is a long and skinny one today. And you will make multiples of these. And I'm gonna talk about that because also today I am going to show you the layout. Yes, I'm giving you the layout pretty early. Usually I do it about the middle of the sew along, but I have it done, so you will get it today. Yes, so here is the bone. First, let's talk about the block. So you will need 4 of these. But I want to talk to you a little bit about strategy for this, because one of them will go in the top section that you can sew together fairly soon, not all the way together today, but you could work on all of it. There's still 1 block left for that top section. You can make the other blocks now. You could make them all exactly the same, all 4 of them, or you could wait and see what your quilt needs as you go along, where this block is placed in the layout. You could see like, oh, okay, well maybe it needs a little bit different fabric here, or maybe instead of the white background fabric, it needs one of the prints there. So you could wait and do that. So there's choices and there's options, but you definitely will want to do one to do the top section. So let me show you the layout here. Here it is. It's my wonderful asymmetrical style layouts with multiple size blocks and then spacers as we go along. There is the there's pages of instructions, and then you also get, here is, you can see the 3 main chunks. There's a top, a middle, and a bottom chunk for the quilt. So here is the top part, and then you get this middle section, and then the lower section. So here you can see the block for today. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that is why, you might want to wait until you're building that section up to see what that block should look like. Or you can just go for it and do them all now. I want to show you, it doesn't have to be, okay, I've got it here on the design board. It's a little long, so it doesn't fit on this board exactly. So here is the block. But you don't have to do these all the same. You don't even have to do these the same as the background. This is a way to play with the smaller pieces you have left. Here's a sample that you could do 2 different lights and then 3 different colors. I happen to be doing blue and white for my quilt. So you could make this unit scrappy if you wanted. That would be super cool. Plus, today for the bonus layout, I give you a layout every month. I hope you're looking at that, for a way to use that 1 block in a quilt or table runner. So or a small maybe table mat. So today I put them in a table runner. I think this is a great way to use up a bunch of little squares. You could make the background scrappy too, but I went ahead because I am going to do this week. And I challenge you. You want to join me? It won't take long. You can use up something you have. I'm going to make a green one with my Morrison Park Paisley squares there in the middle. See, these are the Morrison Park, these squares here. And then I have this sort of celery green solid, and so I am going to make the table runner so it alternates, 1 block this way, 1 block that way, so you can see the big square goes on one end, then the other end, one end, then the other end. And you make, what I've got, 8 of these. So these zip together super quick. You could make it different background colors, and maybe then these would be solids. So that would be a fun way to do it. You could approach it a lot of different ways. So I thought this would be super fun to do. And then I might have to add applique shamrock on there. What do you think? Yeah, I might have to do that. So we'll see how that goes. Now on the wall, I want to show you, take the block here with me, and all right, so I move the chair so you can, whoops, the cord's over there. All right, so there you can see the blocks, which are, when you download this, there's the layout. So I've got, this is the top row here. From the house over to the dog is the top row, from the house to the dog. And this block goes in here, and there's some spacers on between it and the house. So you'll see that for the house block, I use the background fabric, and for this How Tall Am I block, I use the background fabric that I picked. So there will be a spacer here, here, there's a block up here, there's a spacer, spacers. And so all of those spacers are going to come from the bundle of fabric that I'm working with. So let me just get that here. So I have this bundle. This is pretty much my working bundle, and then occasionally I go hunt around in my blue for something else, like when I got the bird fabric for the one block. And I have some other random fabrics in here, but these are what I'm going to use to do those spacers, so that when I'm looking at row 1, I have something underneath the house, to this side of the house, and to the top of the house. And then there'll be something between these 2 blocks, a little strip above the dogs. There is a block still. It says block. Wherever it says blocks, it's a block. A couple of these you'll be making more than one, but not that many. So they're mostly you know, new blocks. Each block is different. So this block you will be making soon-ish. Then you'll be able to do everything on this row, and you'll be able to sew that whole top section together. So you could pick out the fabrics here, you could pick out what goes here, then you just wait until you get that block at the top and fill it in. And I'll be pulling out of here. You know, I might use a stripe, you know, that might be cool. I've got some word text. That would be really cool. I could put in some of the other colors. I could put in some of the blue, or maybe one of the other, white with images on it. So I can look through here and see what will speak to me. So I've got like a medium blue from my Morrison Park would be really nice to add up there. Give it some variety. I also have a few other blue fabrics. Here's got a little bit of red in it. I'm trying not to add too much other color besides blue and white, but a few pops of it here and there is super nice. And like this one has even less, you know, just a little bit of green and a little bit dot in the middle. So those are what this bundle is what I'm looking at to to fill in. Now I am working on my heart. I didn't bring the sheet, but I am working on the heart up here. So I've got to move a little faster on that one. So I've got 2 rows set up, you know, so I have to sew those 2 together. So my goal is in the next day to get that left side done, and then get the unit on the right side, then rotate the heart, make the 4 corners, and then get it quilted. I might do a little piano key border around the outside, or squares, one or the other. If I have to, once I get it, it's like 35 by 35. Once I get it made, then I'll go like see the space I was thinking of hanging it in, if I need it a little bigger or not. So that is my process to think through that. Yes. So because Halloween, where'd that come from? Because Valentine's is coming, I had gotten this panel in, and I don't know if I showed it to you. So let me show you. It is from my friend Sandy Gervais. I have her charm packs. This is super cute. It's got wording on it. So there's his Valentine's Day. So there's two, because when you get this piece, you get the Valentine's Day twice. Wouldn't this be cute for a pillow, a long pillow that you could put Valentine's Day, you know, right, you could get the heart on one of them. The other one wouldn't have a heart, but you could have the Valentine's Day, or you could take some of these units down here and make some little pillows, or just put them up there with squares around them. I'm not sure how big these are. Some of these units could be like the middle. You could do "Oh My Stars," and you could put these like I love you all typed up. That could be in the middle of one of the stars, and then use her rest of her fabric. I also got, because I know I'm going to do something with it, so I got some for a binding. This like stripe with little bitty hearts. Is that upside down? Yeah, it is. Let me show you. There. Look at the little bitty hearts. Sandy is so clever. So I love this panel. I think, I mean, even if I took like just the red squares and cut out these units and then space them around the red squares, it'd be a really cute throw. And then do a pillow with the Happy Valentine. Yes, I need to get a long pillow for him. I need to order one. I've looked at them, and I know one of our friends on the Quilt Along with Pat Sloan page at Facebook, she bought one to put two elephants. She did two elephants facing each other, and that was so darling, so darling. And I thought, oh, I even sent that picture over to Wendy so Wendy could see it, and she loved it. So I'm thinking that would be cute to do the Happy Valentines on there. What do you think? Yeah? Yeah. I like it too. I like it too. And I started the cross stitch. I got it started. So there is the heart, which is where? Here we go. So that's the heart, and mine is started. So I don't think that's going to take too long, and then I can finish doing the border that goes out to both sides. My next thing is going to be to figure out how do I roll this, because I have to go to the next section, and I'm not sure how to do that. I don't want to mess up my stitches, so I'm going to have to ask some of my experts on my cross stitch experts. How do you, if you're a cross stitch expert, how do you do that? How do you take those long ones? I mean, this is a Q snap, so I'm thinking, do I just leave off the edges and just hold it down from these two sides? Logically, if that makes sense to me, because I don't want to wrap this underneath that tight Q snap. It feels like it would stretch or damage the threads. So chime in, my friends. Tell me what you think. Okay, you have your block today. How tall am I? Tell me if you had the little tick marks at your house to mark off how tall you were. Did you use a yardstick? That's where the yardstick came from. Did you use the yardstick to measure everybody? Let me know. Let me know. I want to hear. Links are down below. I love you. Mwah. See you online.